Hi, I'm Charles with Handicap. Previously, Bai was accepted as a disciple to become an immortal. In the immortal realm, Bai would discover that his chosen walk is able to double the power of anything he puts in it. However, he loses some lifespan when he does. Later, Bai's forbidden training causes insatiable hunger, leading to him stealing and eating valuable chickens. The immortal Lee would eventually find out and leave Bai in the Valley of 10,000 Snakes as punishment. The story continues as an exhausted Bai begs for Lee to rescue him. He tries to justify eating all those spirit-tailed chickens by explaining how much he was starving. Bai promises to turn over a new leaf, but Lee arrives to wonder if he can trust a psychotic chicken thief. Lee then explains that their sector will be having an internal competition. Bai must finish in the top 5 or Lee threatens to leave him in the Valley of 10,000 Snakes forever. Bai is a bit hesitant, but fear of the snakes motivates him to agree. When Bai returns home, he reveals that he has spirit refined his sword up to 3 times now, and its speed and power have increased considerably. He explains that he leveled up his protective pendant as well, and he has reached the 5th level of ki condensation, but understands that the upcoming competition will be fierce. Bai studies the scripture with abstract ideas that he is certain others wouldn't be able to grasp, and determines that learning it will give him an advantage. The first concept is lightness in weight, which he attempts to practice by lifting a water tank. He fails miserably, but more studying reveals that he just needs to control his spiritual energy better. Bai learns how to do just that, but finds out that his spiritual energy isn't strong enough when he attempts a move called the throat lock. This being the case, he decides that he must sell bamboo in order to buy elixirs that boost the strength of his spiritual energy. After some time, Bai returns to training and finally manages to lift the water tank. He isn't able to control it though, and realizes that if he can't place in the top 5 during the competition, he will be sent back with the snakes, which means he will never be able to become an immortal. The next morning, Bai wakes up to find a hole in his ceiling, but knows it wasn't a thief since he doesn't own anything valuable. He then remembers that in his sleep, he was somehow able to do the throat lock move, and gains new confidence in his ability to beat everyone at the competition. The story then jumps to the day of the competition, where we see that the overseer from Bai's trial earlier is named Fang, and he will be participating in the competition. Just then, a girl named Faye arrives and is acknowledged as being very powerful. Some believe she will take the top spot at the competition, but others believe Fang will, as he is also at the peak of level 5 ki condensation. The competition is about to start, but the immortal Chief Lee is nowhere to be found. Elsewhere, Bai is proud of himself as he finally managed to buy a longevity pill along with some protective talismans to help keep him alive during the contest. However, the immortal Lee scolds him as he is almost late for the competition and transports him there. Bai is then dropped in front of the other competitors and he exclaims to Lee about how he isn't ready. Faye helps him up though, and Bai determines that he might as well stay since he is already there. Feng watches Bai closely as he is amazed to see that he has progressed enough to participate in the competition in just half a year. Bai is eager to go first, but is told that everyone will draw numbers to determine who will face each other in the first round of the competition. Bai then changes his mind as he is relieved to be fighting last, but is told that what matters most is the opponent he will be facing. The competition then begins as participants 1 and 2 face off. Everyone marvels at the powerful fighters, and soon after, the highly regarded Chen is announced the winner. Contestants 3 and 4 go next, and Bai is shocked by how brutal the fights are, causing him to rush and attach as many protective talismans as he can. Feng eventually fights and amazes everyone as he ends the battle with 1 attack. Faye impresses in her fight as well when she gracefully dodges attacks, and eventually uses a smoke screen to destroy her opponent. Soon after, it's Bai's turn, and we see that he is trying to run away. Lee catches him, and Bai's excuse of having to go to the bathroom fails when Lee says he can wait for him to go. Bai's opponent explains that they aren't in a culinary competition when he sees Bai's walk, but Bai states that it's for defense. They are told to begin fighting already as Bai asks for his opponent to go easy on him. His opponent doesn't hold back though, and after Bai's walk is knocked from his hand, he is surprised to find his opponent unconscious. A quick memory then shows that it was actually his walk that did all the work, and Bai is announced the winner. The audience is appalled at how Bai won, and is told that he can't use any utensils during the competition moving forward. Everyone is then surprised by the number of items Bai has brought, and he is mocked by all, but Feng knows not to underestimate him. Winners of the first round must now select new numbers, and Bai realizes he only needs to get through the next round to finish in the top 5. He hopes to fight one of the weaker opponents as Feng is called next. Everyone pities whoever has to go up against Feng, and we see that it is Bai. Bai is so scared that he can't even bring himself to face Feng, but observers wonder if Bai has a secret attack he is preparing. Bai uses this opportunity to fake confidence, and it works as Feng becomes more cautious. Bai realizes that he won't be able to delay the fight much longer, but imagines how poorly a real fight will go for him. He predicts a sneak attack won't work either, and all other ideas end up with him being beaten badly. Feng soon realizes that Bai is just putting on an act and attacks him, but is shocked to see that Bai wants to beg for mercy. Everyone mocks him for being a coward as Bai shamelessly asks that Feng let him attack first. Feng can't handle the embarrassment and agrees to his request. Bai prepares his attack, but it becomes clear that he is just buying time. His arms and legs become numb as he moves slowly. The crowd urges Feng to just attack, but he refuses as he is a man of his word. The elder begins to admire Bai's ability to delay when he points out that 4 hours have passed, but Bai drops his sword soon after. Feng considers this a failed attack from Bai and begins the actual fight. Bai's requests to start the fight over go ignored, and Feng can only wonder about how many defensive talismans Bai has attached to himself as all his attacks are deflected. The chiefs believe Bai is only making a mockery of the competition, just as Bai runs out of talisman. Feng seizes the opportunity to finally strike Bai down, but is stopped as Bai's refined protective pendant defends him. Its defense is so powerful that it hurts Feng, but Feng explains that there is no item that can protect Bai from his next attack. Everyone is shocked to see Feng use the blood spirit technique, and Bai notices that Feng wields a sword that has been spirit refined twice. Bai refuses to die though and uses his own sword to stop Feng's attack. Li observes that Bai's sword has been spirit refined 3 times, and everyone is in disbelief as they have never seen a sword glow with such radiance. Their disbelief only grows as the almighty Feng is defeated, and Bai is announced the winner. Zhou is just as shocked as everyone to see a sword that has been spirit refined 3 times, but is more impressed with Bai's use of the lightness and weight technique. Bai has managed to amaze everyone, but we see that he just celebrates the fact that he managed to survive. Afterwards, more numbers are drawn and reveal that Fei will be fighting Chen, as Bai is left with no one to fight until the final round. Chen is confident that the winner of this match against Fei will go on to defeat Bai, and decides that they should hurry and get it over with. The battle is fierce though, as the two demonstrate their expertise in their fighting styles. Fei points out how Chen had originally wanted to end the fight quickly, but now seems to be holding back a bit. He notices that she is seemingly out of spiritual energy and decides to grant her the wish of ending the fight fast. Chen prepares his final attack, which Fei manages to avoid. Chen's attack continues, but Fei maneuvers well and eventually gains the upper hand. She is announced the winner, and observers admire how strong she is, but one chief believes that Bai is still the stronger of the two. Bai has already made it into the top 5 and has no reason to continue fighting, and offers to surrender to Fei when their fight begins. Fei points out how Bai only managed to reach the finals using items, and is now insulted to hear that he plans to just hand her the victory. Nighttime comes as their fight is about to begin, and Bai makes one last attempt at convincing her to let him forfeit as she is surely exhausted. She refuses though, and explains that she only needs one attack to end the fight. Fei unleashes her attack as Bai attempts to use the move he struggled to learn earlier, the throat lock. However, her attack was even more powerful than Fei realized, as Bai shockingly points out that her sword has broken his protective pendant and pierced his chest. Fei is mortified as Bai points out how ruthless she is. The chiefs wonder what happened as they clearly saw Bai attempt to make a move, and determine he must have just missed. Bai dramatically reveals his regret about leaving the village to train in Immortality, as he may have been able to live a few more years. Bai's final words reveal his plans to finally reunite with his deceased parents, and a crowd rushes to his side. However, just then, Bai wakes up to explain that he was extra cautious and added 2 more layers of leather to his suit. Fei faints immediately after, and the elder determines that she can no longer fight. He formally declares that Bai is the winner of the entire competition, but the crowd is outraged at how it ended. Fei is upset as well and demands that they be allowed to fight again. Bai wants her to consider her own health and offers to let her have the victory again, but she continues to want them to have a fair fight. He is hesitant to agree, but she offers a sword and a first-grade soaring incense for winning. It is explained that she went through much hardship to acquire the incense, and it greatly helps one reach the 6th level of ki condensation. Bai is still hesitant to fight her though, so she challenges him to a competition on their knowledge of plants, since they are both apothecary apprentices. Bai accepts, so Li grows a spiritual plant that was created by grafting together many types of spiritual herbs. The one who can correctly identify the most herbs wins. Bai allows Fei to go first, and onlookers are shocked by his confidence. They think that Bai is a fool since Fei managed to finish in the top 10 in 5 of the monuments, but they are completely unaware that Bai is the legendary little turtle who placed first in all 10. Faye takes her time as she observes the plant and then points out how she is the most knowledgeable amongst all the disciples, but Bai's focus has him curious. Faye finishes quickly and reveals that she identified 8 plants. The elder is amazed to hear this as Lee explains that the grafted spiritual plant of his is close to perfection, and it is extremely difficult to identify all the plants. Faye then amazes everyone as she correctly lists her 8 plants. Bai confidently steps up though as it is his turn, and reveals that in addition to Faye's 8, he has identified an additional 67 spiritual plants. Faye mocks him for obviously planning to list all the plants he knows in the hopes that he will hopefully guess some correctly. However, this isn't the case at all as Bai shocks everyone with his very detailed answer. The elder is exceptionally astounded as Bai not only lists the plants, but also the grafts used to create them. Lee finally acknowledges that Bai might actually have some skill, but the elder points out that he is being too conservative with his compliment. Bai finally finishes listing all 75 plants, and Faye acknowledges that she has been defeated, as Bai is once again announced the winner of the entire competition. Sometime later, Bai continues training, and is thrilled to see that the soaring incense he won from Faye works really well, as he is progressing rapidly. A familiar voice at the door is revealed to be Bai's old bully named Bao. Bai instinctively defends himself just as Bao explains he is there to apologize for trying to kill him. Bao goes on to explain that he was young and dumb, but now knows the error in his ways. He has only reached level 3 key condensation and poses no threat to Bai. Furthermore, he has heard of Bao's awe-inspiring reputation and has come to thank Bai for beating him so badly that it motivated him to improve rapidly. Bao would like for Bai to look out for him, but Bai isn't interested at all. Bao then explains that he has connections and warns that Bai should be skeptical of the people in the supervision department. Chen, the man Bai once pushed into the outer sector, has made Bai his target, and Chen's brother is actually Feng, who is part of the law enforcement hall. Bao offers to be Bai's right-hand man as competition in the immortal cultivation world is brutal, and having just one extra friend greatly increases one's chances of survival. That night, the new friends drink, and Bao is amazed when Bai tells him about all his adventures up to this point. Bao is confident Bai can reach the Foundation establishment realm quickly, but Bai isn't so sure. Bao then points out how getting to the Mortal Vein establishment realm is easier, and all one has to do is eat enough Foundation establishment pills. Bai has never heard about this before and is astounded when he hears that reaching this realm will extend his lifespan by 100 years. Bai wants to restore his lifespan badly, so Bao explains that they won't be able to buy the pills, and they must refine them themselves. Refining pills requires one to become an apothecary journeyman though, and we see that Bai's reputation grows after he joined a trial for apothecary journeyman. The story is that he had been late and was the last one to start his furnace, but he successfully managed to refine pills in all 10 furnaces. This was unprecedented, and his last refinement even created a mid-grade level pill. Sometime later, Bai finds that his exceptional reputation has caused a crowd looking for his help to form in front of his home. Chen watches nearby, furious to have been made a fool of by Bai, but his brother Feng tells him to calm down as he already has something planned. Bai then finishes helping everyone just as Mei arrives to compliment him on his good deed. She wants to make sure that if Bai ever travels far away, he will message her regularly, but their conversation is interrupted by Bai's right-hand man Bao. Bai is then confused when Bao warns that he must run away while he still can, as there is a chance he might be able to escape. He is wrong though, since when they get outside, they are met by law enforcement, who explains that Bai must come with them to the law enforcement hall. Thanks for watching part 3, 4,000 likes and I'll know you want a part 4.